morning. We're in not the Dream Angel world, technically speaking. We're in a flat world because you can see stuff behind me. Because I've been doing a little studying. Ignoring that. See, I've been trying to figure out circles so I can make better road curves. And as you can see, it's a little messy, and I'll try to add a link to the video that I was following in the description, maybe, or a card to it or something. Maybe I'll just simply start linking the playlist of videos I use as tutorials that I follow, because, and I admit this yet again, I'm not a professional builder, not by any stretch. I'm still developing my build style, and you'll get to see some of that as I go through things. But this is a little bit behind the scenes here. I'm trying to study up and fix it so that I can make really nice curved roads that look really pretty. And yeah, that was another tutorial I was following. Well, as long as we're here, pardon me, ignoring that it's Amulet causing trouble. As you can see here, there's a lot of goodies that I'm planning to put into this world. This one here it's based on an actual building that's been in the comic books, or will be at the very least. You may see it in the books if you get the books, which you should. They're good books. Um, that's just a hot mess. Some of these are messy. This is based on something in the books. I'm not going to spoil what this is from. But as you can see, these are very special islands. There's definitely a lot going on. That's something very special right there. As you can see, I've built a hospital. I've got houses. Pardon me again. Our leading lady's house is in the mix here. There's some ruined buildings. Now, I doubt this one's going to make it into the world. It's actually an older version of something that's going to be in there. So I'm going to offer a little tour here. This is actually based on a castle from... that's a mess, I know. This is based on a castle from... oh, what's his name? I'm trying to remember. I think it's David McAlay? And it was just simply entitled Castle. Now, I grew up absolutely loving the video that he made, and I know the roof here. This castle is a bit messy, not that good. This version of it, anyway. I improved later, although it does have its fair share of secrets. I'll show off maybe one of those. See, I was fiddling with a little redstone and little... yeah, this is meant to be a throne. It isn't that good. That was a map wall. I was using it as a reference thing. Um, yeah, this version of the castle is a bit of a mess. I was not doing the rooftops very well. It was, well, at the time I liked it. I thought it turned out pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This I'm actually rather proud of. I designed it also based off one of my 3D models, and I did the redstone myself. I'm proud to say. This bad boy happens to be prison. Now, okay, a little spoiler here. Our villain doesn't really do prisons too much. This is, well, for her it's a phony thing. It's phony baloney. Not really anything she's going to care about in particular, but she still wants to keep, like, her enemies in here and stuff, rather than the castle. Yeah, I'm spoiling a little bit. Not much. And you can see I've got, like, controls inside there. It, I thought it turned out really good. This, like I said, based on a 3D model that I have, it, I'm hoping may eventually show up in the books. There's a couple of versions of them all. This one's the original. Painstakingly built by hand. Nothing really in here or anything. I was doing little places for villagers to hang out in here. Kind of like a, well, it's meant to be a store, but the villagers are like the store owners slash workers, basically. And you can see I used end rods for the lighting in here. Personally, I think it turned out pretty good. And it may still appear in the books. This one, it really did take me a while to build this. I'm quite happy with it. But as you can tell, I was doing some studying on circles and trying to. I like that. I thought that was pretty. Trying to figure out circles a little bit better. So, without spoiling too much, and I know that's a bit of a mess. I thought it turned out kind of pretty anyway, though. It might get used, it might not. Not spoiling too much, that was definitely a tutorial I followed. That I built myself. That I built myself. How did I end up with... Oh! Okay, I've got some messes here. Where did I put those circles? You can see there's a lot here that I plan to put into the world. And this is me figuring everything out. I've got a notebook with the file names because I've got these saved as build files for Amulet. And I'm just making note of what's what and what size they are. So, preferably without spoiling too much. That was also from 3D models. Though I tweaked it a bit. Without spoiling too much, I've got a lot of cool goodies to put into the world. And in some cases, several versions of said cool goodies. Yeah, you can spawn in now. Come on. I did not make note of the coordinates where I was doing the circle practice. Oops. A little bit of a blunder here, but you're getting a fun tour. This is pulling back the curtain a little bit and showing off some of the goodies. You can see this version, it actually has a lot more going on. Pardon me. It has a lot more going on. I improved a lot on the building. And there's some fun stuff that I've managed to pull off there. But where is it? Oh, geez. I've messed myself up. Oh, it was around one of these. It's around here somewhere. You're getting to see some of the fun. I really can't wait to show this off in its full glory. There's some fun stuff that I pulled in there. And some stuff I still plan to pull. This is not by any stretch finished. Not 100% anyway. I know it's around these islands, I think. The castle here is in the background. Yeah, okay, spoilers. Spoilers. That's pretty obvious that that's a castle. Not really spoiling anything with that, am I? This was in the background. There we go, it's over there. Now, if you're wondering about these concrete outlines, the gray squares here on the ground, that is for a level 0 map. So I can look at things on a map and see what it looks like, how big it is on a map, and all that kind of stuff. And you can see from this, it's a bit of a mess. I mean, these outer bands could use some more. But these inner ones, which I'm planning to use near that park we built the last couple of we built in recent videos, or at least we put in to the world. Pardon me, I burped. uh, I plan to fix that road, which probably means demolishing those cars I put in. I put them in a little too soon. That was on me. And if I can make a nice curved road based on these, like I said, I've been studying. And I know that's concrete Carter, but it's just for helping me get a visual aid here. I'm a very visual person. So if I can see something, I can maybe figure it out and understand better. But yeah, you can see from this, I'm planning to make some very pretty curved roads, and you can see I've got labels going on here. It's usually odd numbers, so I'm going to be readjusting that road. Good thing it's wool. And fixing it so that I have one of these curves, well, maybe actually two, because one's inside, one is outside, and I'm going to use them to fix the curve of that road, which will probably mean adjusting the sidewalk and fiddling around. There's going to be some fussing, but I wanted to share what I've been learning lately, what I've been doing lately, and try to make this work. Now, we're going to be editing this clip together. Well, maybe not. I'm going to just go out of this world. Come on. And go into this one. Oh, no. Cut that out. Into this one. And we'll see what we can do to make this work. Pardon me a moment. Oh, that helps. Pardon me. Needed a drink. There's been a lot of talking so far. And we're gonna try and get this figured out. You saw the curves. I'm probably gonna end up demolishing a couple of the cars at least. I don't know. We're gonna find out. And by the time according to my timer, well, we got a good amount of time to do that in. So let's see what kind of mischief we can get into. Provided Minecraft decides to load the world. It's a big world. Around 5 gigs, that's gonna be rough. And I'm not thinking world download anytime soon. Let's see. Yeah, this ended up being a bit of a disaster. Look at that bad curve. Blech. Yuck. Okay, let's go away. Let's see if we can't fix this curve. You saw the curves in the other world. Let's see what we can do here. What size curve would it be? That's the question. That is a question, isn't it? I hadn't really thought of that problem. What's going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe we should go with 11 for the inside. 11 on the inside. That's an 8 track. How do we want to do this? Maybe I won't have to demolish the cars. They're not on the curve. Well, for starters, maybe we should get rid of the wool starting here, maybe? Yeah, that might help. And I apologize if I'm doing something wrong or screwing up. Again, I'm a novice. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm taking wild guesses here. So just kind of bear with me, huh? I want to figure this out. And I'm going to try to figure it out. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. You, come here. There. We'll see how things go. No boring roads allowed, if I can help it. But that's why I did this originally in wool. Now let's see here. Can we maybe make a better curve? Um, hmm. That's gonna maybe be messy. Well, we'll see if we can figure this curve out. We may be picking this up again tomorrow with me attempting this in the flat world. I may be copying some of this terrain over into the flat world so I can tinker. But that's okay. We'll get this worked out. We're going to try and figure this out. I'm hoping that we can get things looking really nice. I want a pretty city, if that makes any sense. We can make a nice looking city that looks really good. Well, and it's mission accomplished, right? I'm well aware that doing this on my own can be a very daunting task and extremely time consuming. But we're going to try and make it work anyway. Now, we can curve that I had, and oh, that was cherry blossom particles. I'm like, wait a minute, that Bob's Bunnings turned off. Why am I seeing particles? Oh, it's the tree. With that spot there. So we'll see if we can't fix this in the next few minutes, maybe. Maybe I'll let it run a little over because of the loading screens. Pardon me. But I want to improve this curve. It worked as a temporary measure, I think, but now it's got to go. Let's get rid of all this. I know, I'm being a little repetitious here. Need something to talk about, right? I'm not naturally a talkative person, I know. I'm working on that. So, once we get rid of this wool, we're going to try and work out that curve. So the circles in the other world, we're going to try and work out the curve based on those. We're almost there. We're almost there. So let's see if we can't get this to work. There. Okay, so we'll try that. Hmm. Hmm. Ooh, this may be worse. Well, that's why we're doing this. Okay. We're going to work this curve out and just take as long as we need. That's also the point of this map, is it's showing me the curve as I make it. Um, needed more threes. For these. Try that again. Oh, what is this? I know, I know. I'm also concentrating here, so just kind of bear with me. That might be a little better. Mm, space threes. Oh, look at four threes. Yep, I've got four threes. That's what happened. Okay. It still doesn't mean it properly. Pardon me. Huh. I did this curve too soon. I'm gonna have to smooth the terrain anyway. Hmm. Let's see if we have it figured. Nope. That was a very stubborn curve. What the heck am I doing wrong here? Oh, darn it. This is a very stubborn curve. Look at that. It just doesn't want to work. Hmm. Too many threes over there? Nope. Hmm. That's bordering on a diagonal anyway. Hmm. Alright, let's go back over here and undo this. I know. I'm making a mess, but that's the point with the wall here. Is I can make the mess and easily get rid of it without much issue. Um, and three. So, 2, 3. Keep trying to make this work. 3. Eventually they'll meet, right? Hmm. That's my timer. Well, we may have to pick this up again later. Or not. No. Maybe I've got an even number when I need an odd number? Well, I know my timer. I know the 30-minute timer has gone off. Um, let's pick this up again later and see if we can't figure it out from there. And I may just extend this to the end of that obsidian. I may have to get rid of this tree. That's okay. um, that's an interesting puzzle, isn't it? It is a very interesting puzzle. Hmm. Well, let's leave it there for the day. Maybe we can figure it out with fresh eyes, huh?